am burning through several client labs. It just came in. I had run a sale back in June on the HTMA, and it went off like gangbusters. And so I decided to kind of continue that through the summer. But this HTMA test is a hair tissue mineral analysis, and I'm going through several of them right now. And it just blows my mind to see the connection between the data on these tests and the symptoms that these clients are having. So this test gives me a breakdown on a lot of different things. It gives me single minerals, single toxins, as well as some ratios that I look at about how the minerals are acting in relationship to each other. So when like one is low, it'll drive another up high and vice versa. So when I come here and look at this one, this client, for example, is exhausted all the time, like just slap worn out, doesn't sleep at night, and struggles to have energy throughout the day. Now, every single one of my clients that comes to me wants to lose weight. This one in particular also has additional symptoms of extremely low energy. These two right here, you see that, sodium and potassium, they are incredibly low. And what this means is that her cells are not able to get the nutrients that they need to create energy, because every single cell in your body, every single one, has a sodium potassium pump that gets the nutrients in and out of the cell. These two are super low, and that explains why she's exhausted. So now let's look at those two in the ratios profile here. You can see sodium to potassium is really, really low. Others are really high. I'll tell you about that in just a minute. But looking at just this one thing being so low is called an inversion. And what that means is that her cells are actually imbalanced in terms of just their electrical charge, like they're not able to function, and that creates like oxidative stress, which leads to inflammation. Okay, so not only is she exhausted, but stress is causing her to burn through these nutrients, and she has like really high sugar cravings, and deals with a lot of different allergies, chronic infections, stuff like that. But the other side of this coin is that it also affects your stress burden. It can cause you to feel things like frustration, resentment, hostility, other things like that. So all of this just from one little marker right there. The other thing I want to point out is this toxic element section. Your body is designed based on your immune system function and your detoxification function to, whenever you have some type of heavy metal burden in your body, it's supposed to eliminate those metals and excrete them. And one of the places it excretes them is through your hair, which is what this is testing. These are all less than detectable limits, and she's barely releasing just a little tiny bit of mercury. It should be up, these all should be up in this range if everything was functioning as it should. But this right here is another indicator that she is just exhausted and that her minerals are depleted and her cells do not have the nutrients that they need to be able to function well. So thinking about how every single cell in your body needs certain nutrients, specifically minerals, just to be able to function, it automatically is going to make sense that if those nutrients can't get into the cell to those mitochondria, that you're not going to be able to produce energy. That's what the mitochondria do. You remember high school biology, right? The powerhouses of the cell, they can't create power if they don't have those nutrients. And we can see that that system's broken. It's not working well because it's so deficient. But when we look at the toxic element part, when we see that her body is not eliminating the toxins, what does that tell you? Well, let's think about one of the primary reasons that women over 40 gain weight without having changed diet or exercise. Now, I'm talking to the women that exercise regularly and eat clean. And if you're gaining weight or if you're struggling to lose weight, most likely it's due to mineral deficiencies or, in some cases, toxin burdens, meaning your body can't eliminate the toxins and it encapsulates them in fat. Yeah, fat. That's what I said. Your body's going to gain fat if you have a heavy toxin burden, okay? Because your body's trying to protect you. It's going to encapsulate those heavy metals and those other toxins in fat cells, so you're going to gain weight. Despite having a healthy lifestyle and a healthy diet and doing all the things, you're going to gain weight. The second thing that's going to happen is, no matter what you do and how hard you try, you are not going to lose weight because your body does not want those toxins released when the fat cell gets oxidized, and which is what you want when you lose fat. You want it to be burned and you want it to be gone. And so it has to go somewhere where those toxins are going to get re-released back into your body, and your body doesn't want that. It's trying to protect you. So what do you do about that? Well, that's where I come in. this handy dandy little test, just this one little test, is the simplest, most effective, and most affordable way to get these kinds of answers, to see what is really blocking your weight loss progress. Okay.